Hello everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful day today, and it's another solo video coming right at you. And today we're going to be discussing rotations. Now, because I believe about upfronting the knowledge and giving you a good idea about what's going to be in the video so you don't waste your time, here it is. A basic outline of this video is we're going to discuss what is a rotation, why you need to know them, why they matter in a game, and some simple rotational advice that I can give to any player that you can apply in 10 minutes. So that's how long this video is going to be. I hope you know the good outline, and let's get started now. So what is a rotation, Sulu? It's quite simple. It is moving around the map. It could start from, let's just say, the bot lane, and you're this Urshifu, and you go recall, you go back to base, and then you go all the way to the top lane with the pad. That's a rotation. Now, what makes a rotation actually valuable is being able to do something in the other lane. So for example, you've pushed out this lane, you've taken this tower, boom, very nice, right? And now recalling, going top lane and stopping the enemy push of the Umbreon, scoring the 40. That is a beautiful rotation. You've done something on the other side of the map, you've gotten your value, you've now decided there's nothing more to get here. Okay, great. You activate the recall button, or you could go run through the middle of the map. That's, you know, any type of rotation is a good rotation. And then matching the Umbreon before you can reach the pad and score to 40 is a rotation. That is an excellent example of prime rotations, excellent positioning, and overall it's going to win you games. Stopping that 40 might make you win by 30. Stopping that 40 might make you win by 10. Stopping that 40 might stop someone hitting a level. It might stop them an attack weight stack or a special attack stack or AS cookie stat. Whatever it does, more often than not, these are the kind of plays that are developed of game awareness and map awareness, and that's a whole video in itself. So we're going to talk more about the rotational aspect. So how do you perform these rotations? Firstly, you need to do something, right? You don't just perform rotation by, I'm standing here and I run up to this lane, and like there's no idea why. Like I have no understanding. I just run up here and oh wow, I stopped him. Yes, it is a rotation, but at the end of the day, because you're not actually thinking about this overall concept, you don't think, oh well, like this is why I want to do this. It just becomes sort of like this willy-nilly. I decide to go to this lane and I happen to stop them. You know, good job. We don't want to happen to stop players. We want to know we're going to stop players, and that's when thinking about these rotations happens. And usually it happens after doing something. So whether it is you're tracking the enemy jungler's clear, so you're like, oh, you know that they're going to go run up to this lane with the 20 points. And you're like, oh, it makes sense to me, so I'm going to be there already waiting. Excellent, you know, when that you're thinking about that level, that's a S tier rotation. You know, you've already planned for him. So you do your own clear as a jungler, and then you come up to the top lane, and hello, we meet again, my friend. The junglers have met the lanes. Now, a better example is, let's just say, let's get rid of this Umbreon, right? And let's just imagine the Blaze against the jungler. You go clash in the middle, everyone gets their farm. You see him run back into the jungle. Now, you know that he's going to start with this buff first. So, when he goes to this buff, you could be already down here, ready to do a bot lane fight. And then when he comes up to push you, you've already cleared the fight. You go run into his jungle and then push score top. And that is how you do S tier rotations. That's a good example about completely outplaying your opponent, understanding the element of the game, the macro. That's a whole nother video as well. A lot of big topics. So overall, we want to do these rotations because they force pressure of your opponents. They deny the opponent's plays and reward your own. And I guess this is part of the strategic element of this video game, because you can find a lot of value in being able to analyze and predict where your opponents are going to move. So let's go back, clear the game state. How do we do these rotations often, right? So it all comes to predicting movements and patterns, and you do that best with understanding what does my opponent want. That's a big question I like to ask. When you understand what they want to do, what is likely to happen, what is available in the map, more often than not, you're going to find them doing that play that you said, and then you're going to be able to counter that play with the play of your own. And that's when it comes to rotations. Back to the example that I gave at the start, there, Shifu's down in bot lane, he breaks the bottom pad. You might know they want to go farm these points. It could be a prime time to rotate to the top lane for a score. More importantly, you might know that they might try to push the top lane, and as soon as you break it, you could dart up top lane, or you could recall, or you could clear. There's so many decisions on the map, but at the end of the day, you understand that, okay, they're probably going to do this farm, they're probably going to clear the jungle, they're probably going to want to score top. And when you understand that, you can make plays after. There's even deeper rotational plays where you understand that they're going to go top, and you're like, you know what, screw it, I don't care about top, I'm going to go to the second pad. And I'm going to go run my whole team there. And they lose these 2 bits of farm, and maybe they might lose some jungle as well, because there's no one to defend the jungle. But you might lose the top lane. That's like, hand for hand sort of trading. And, sometimes it works. Sometimes it's really good for you. Sometimes it's really bad for you. All about thinking who's going to gain the upper hand and who is in a position to trade. Can I afford to trade this? Or, maybe I don't want to trade at all. I'm in a stronger position. I want to keep nice and firm and hands up in front of my face. Don't want to take any punches. And good, We defend and stop everything. So it's all about, what you think you need in the game. And anyone can do rotation. This is something I don't see a lot, and it's the support spamming recalling. Because when we talk about actually finding value in rotations, supports don't need to be the damage dealers at objectives unless you're a range support. The range supports do quite a lot of damage, but the range supports, hey, look to stop plays around the map. You can get vision in the middle, and you can, more importantly, stop scores in the top and bottom lane. You should be looking to be sort of hovering around these areas, or if you're at an objective, you can be spamming the recall, go back to the pad, and go back and stop scores. Very frustrating to deal with supports who are able to watch the pads. Now, as I said, all these concepts, they sort of come together with the idea of rotations, moving around the map after making that positive play. So how do you make a rotation when you're behind? If you know that an opponent is going to be doing something and you might be disadvantaged, you can catch them off guard by being where they want to be before them. I've always heard 3 quotes in life. If you want to win at something, you got to either be first, or you got to be smarter, or, you're just going to be lucky. And you don't always get lucky. You're not always smarter, but you can always be first. If you understand something before someone else, you can always be first. And that comes the same as like doing a bush sit, right? Where you rotate, we know that Urshifu has been fed all game. He's been outplaying us in rotations. He's looking for this obvious bot score. And we just wait. Because we know that he's going to be there. And we know they're going to come down there. And when they do, you're going to slam down on them like thunder. And, Urshifu, of course, delivers. Excellent play, right? Sees the open goal, goes to score, and then bam, surprise attack. 2 people go jump him. Jump Jutsu Kaisen all over again. And this guy, Urshifu, has just given all of their experience around. Try to think about, your opponent is going to do something, and you can do something as well. As I said, if you're going to trade, if you're going to take a blow to the face, make sure you hit them back. don't just be a big punching dummy. It's all about rotating and then, thinking about the values in the game. I guess that's what rotations really come down to and why they make so much of an impact. It's about making sure you can do something in the game that is not for free from the opponent. They don't get a choice, right? You've countered their play and then you've made a play of your own, because off a rotation comes with so many different plays. And I guess this is where the lines of the game drastically change. If someone is waiting for you, then you open up the chance for individual outplay. And I guess what the essence of this video is really meant to be is that, yes, I want you to have a basic understanding of what a rotation is and how to make better ones and how to do a better job of these rotations. But it ultimately comes down to this idea that I want to open up the book for you to make individual outplays, for you to have an individual chance to go and imprint your power into the game. I don't want you to be in this game and feel helpless and out of control. You need to fight back. You need to have a stand. You need to have a chance. If your teammates are feeding or if you're having a bad game, don't give up. Think about your rotation. Think about making the right play and what is going to go and change and shift the game. This attitude shift, thinking, hey, look, I can still do something. I can still make a play, is going to cause a line of variations, which if you go and you excel your ability at that moment, you can go and win a game. This 1v1 with Urshifu, it might not be a friend, right? And if you 1v1 them, you've created an individual outplay that opens up the possibility for your team to create more and more and more. What I'm asking is for you guys to do that more often. Don't just take the game as at a chin blow and go, okay, well, we're done. It's GG, it's Jover. Say, hey, let's open this up. Let's give ourselves a chance to win. Let's open up the multiverse of possibilities and actually become strong players that, yeah, the game might look bad. But if I open up this 1v1 opportunity, or if I open up this solo score, if I open up the map jungle, and if I open up this extra farm for my team, I can make a shift in the game. And by yourself doing that, it opens up a whole line for your teammates to do more. Alright guys, I hope that you enjoyed the video. Just to recap one last time, rotations, make sure you're moving around the map, don't stay in one lane. Make sure you're thinking about what needs to happen, and of course, acting it out. Imagine what the opponent wants, take that away with what you want to do. Decide if you want to trade or if you want to deny the 2 ideas. Alright guys, I hope you had a wonderful time watching this video. Of course, as always, if you liked it, please leave a subscription, comment what you learned or what you found most valuable down below, and leave a like on the video. It always helps with the algorithm. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. See you later.